I wasn't always a grown-up. Before I was a grown-up, I was your age. When I was younger. And that's what I looked like when I lived in that house. And I used to go up to the attic and spend a lot of time in my tub. The others. Big whales, little snails. Colors went flying off in all directions, and Lucy was happy.
I've been coming to this festival for at least 6 years now, and I've always really liked it. This teen section thing this year, so I decided to come. And it seemed like the presenter was directing it towards people who are writing stories themselves. I do write sometimes, but I don't want to become a writer. But it was still really fun to come and just listen to this guy talk, because he has so many stories to tell. And I love listening to stories, and I love reading, and I love books. So I'm really glad that they've included something for teens this year.
That is so sad. I'm going to draw red tears for Red Dog. And wait a second, I don't like sad stories. And my mom pointed out, look, Ruth, you're the only one talking. So you know how important it is to do more?
Funny. I like the drawing. Like a banana monster unicorn.
Great to come meet some of our favorite authors, and yeah, it's just a great experience.
So, what's your favorite part today?
Primal Groundhog House.
It was really interesting because we got to listen. What was his name? It was like Scott Chandler, and I really liked him.
Yeah, it was really fun knowing how they make the books and the drawings and all the steps. I like the part when you got to go see the authors.
Let's talk about the 3Ds books in particular. This is the whole series here.
When you started writing them, did you plan to sell them, or did you just want to make comics?
Jumping from rooftop to rooftop and swinging on ropes and diving through a window.
And whoever goes, hand it to him, and I'm like, tell me what you think. And he goes, spider webs. They're not, it's not buffalo fur, it's not bison, that's spider webs. I'm like,
I started when my daughter was 5. I started bringing her to BookFest, and I love the event so much, and she loved the event so much that I've volunteered ever since. So 13 years later, I'm happy to say I'm still involved, and it is still a fantastic event for families and children, and to connect them with fantastic authors and illustrators.
That I've brought at least 20 children to BookFest. It's an amazing experience for them. They have to work to be able to come. They have to read all their Red Cedar books, and then they're eligible to vote and they're eligible to come. It's a big deal for them. And I find afterwards the fact that they've met authors and experienced their personalities, the way they write, their enthusiasm for their craft really excites them and makes them want to read more. So it's a wonderful experience. Plus, many of them haven't had much opportunity to be in Nanaimo, so they realize they're somewhere else on the island. So it's just a wonderful experience all the way around. I hope it continues for a long time.
So it's the end of the Nanaimo Book Fest and a week of school tours, which you can tell by my voice. And I had a wonderful week sharing experiences with kids and helping them brainstorm ideas for stories and playing with their imaginations. And yeah, I feel like it was a really fun and exhausting and exhilarating and successful week.
My advice would be to come to BookFest because it's full of friendly people and excited kids and great books, and you get to ride a ferry. So there's nothing wrong with that. Come to BookFest.
Okay, I want you to know that within you, anything is possible. I had a great week at Children's Book Fest. Thank you everyone for all the hard work you've done in making all of this.
Words are very powerful. Do not give up on the magic of who you are.
Nanaimo totally rocks. I've had the best time here ever. I'd come back anytime.
Thank you so much for inviting me to BookFest. It was an amazing experience. Nanaimo has been amazing. I haven't been here in probably 30 years, so I will definitely be back, and I hope that maybe one day I'll be back at BookFest as well.
Well, BookFest has treated me and everybody else like royalty. I'm having such a lovely time, and we're heading home, but to be able to work with kids, make them laugh, have them ask you embarrassing questions, and then sit at a little taco bar on the water and think about your next book.
So we finished our 31st year, and it was a tremendous success. Part of it, we had a lot of wonderful families, and we also did an outreach to our new Syrian families that have come to Nanaimo. The festival could only happen in Nanaimo. Other places have tried to do it, but it's because there's a cooperative base here. It's relied on the cooperation of the school boards on the Mid-Island, Vancouver Island Regional Library, Malaspina College in those days, it's VIU now, and the bookstores in the area. And over those 31 years, we've been close to 300 of the best children's authors and illustrators come to Nanaimo. And now they don't just come for Festival Day, which is a great celebration, but they also come and do readings in the schools before the festival. This year, 80 readings were held in addition to Festival Day. And all of that's made possible by a terrific group of volunteers. Probably takes at least 50, maybe more volunteers to make the festival happen. And people work all year long on it to make it, because we invite the authors, we bring them, we billet them, we feed them, we transport them. We just try and make it a place they'd like to come. And what's happened is that, I don't know, between 250,000 and 300,000 kids in this area have experienced having a chance to be with a Canadian author or illustrator. The outreach part of the festival is a really important one for us. The support of community is incredible. We get money from the city and from Canada Council. A lot of organizations come together to make it possible for us to do this, because we always try and have authors from the east, the middle of Canada, and the west and the north. This year we had a really interesting kind of outreach. We had an author, Richard Van Camp, who, in addition to going to the book festival, spoke at the prison. And he was, the story I heard was his last reading with the prisoners. When he finished, they stood up and gave him a 5-minute thank you, applause. This festival is really a credit to Nanaimo, and it's really a credit to the people who work so hard on the festival, because nobody gets paid. It's all, they do it out of the goodness of their hearts and because they believe in kids and reading.
I think cows are funny. How about you? I just laugh myself in half over everything that's moved. And after all, what's a metaphor if not for cows to graze? Furry brown containers that make milk